Soi is hands down my favorite noodle dish to eat and cook. It's a curry noodle soup from northern Thailand, where my entire mom's side of the family is from, so it's very close to my heart. So I pulled some egg noodles out of the cooler. For khao soi, I'm just looking for an egg and wheat noodle, flatter the better. You're gonna find these in the deli section. They are fresh noodles, they're not dry pasta, but all I'm looking for is a whole wheat pasta that has eggs in it, that is flat in shape. So I want that chewiness, but the softness. If you can't get these noodles, an egg noodle will work really well, or a linguine would be perfect. Okay, I need that. And that. Okay, so khao soi is basically a curry noodle. So I needed these two specific curries. All Thai curries have the same base, like lemongrass and galanga and lime leaves, but they're all finished just a little differently. Yellow curry, or curry basically has a lot of turmeric, so it makes a beautiful kind of like saffrony yellow color. And masaman curry has those warming spices like cinnamon and coriander. So these, in my opinion, are nice, sweet, warming curries. And of course, you can't have Thai food without fish sauce. Fish sauce is the primary salt and savory condiment in Thailand. Anywhere you have salt, you use fish sauce. All it is anchovies, salt, and water, but the umami pop that it brings is unparalleled. You know, Thai people were not the only ones to use anchovy water, so did the Romans and the Italians today. All right, so why do I love this dish so much? If you've never had it, I think the easiest thing to compare it to is ramen, right? This whole ramen phase that's happening right now. We love ramen because it's rich, it's got noodles in it, it's slippery and slurpy and savory, and this is all of those things and more, in my opinion. So I've got to marry some braised chicken thighs together with this curry, and basically that adds up to pure deliciousness. To start braising my chicken leg and thighs is very simple. You always want to braise or start a stock in cold water, because that keeps the stock from getting really cloudy. So leg quarters in, I'm gonna start the heat now and let it come up gently, because if you let the heat come up gently, you're gonna keep this stock from getting super cloudy. I'm trying to accomplish a few things here. I wanna get the chicken thighs braised and tender. I wanna generate a really delicious stock all at the same time. And to do that, I need to add aromatics. The soul of Thai food is really summed up in 3 ingredients, and these 3 right here. It's galanga, Thai lime leaves, and lemongrass. The French have their mirepoix, their trinity, while the Thais have these 3. Thai lime leaves, they're flat, waxy, and have an incredible amount of citrus aromatics in there, so don't overthink it. Just tear them up gently and get them right into the water. Next, lemongrass. There's few kind of ingredients in life that give you such intense aromatics. If I was kind of incorporating this into food, I'd cut it down really small, but I'm just trying to extract flavor. And the way you extract flavor is just to create a ton of surface area into that kind of simmering sauce. So I'm really just kind of opening them up with quarter turns, and then using the back of my knife to really kind of break apart those cells and get those aromatics going on. So a good chef tip is don't cut these down into tiny pieces, because they're a pain to fish out later. You just want to create kind of a T-cut in here, get the back of that knife, and beat it up a little bit. Those go right in. All right, lastly, galanga. Pretty often confused for ginger. Smells nothing like it, tastes nothing like it. If you've never had it, it's a very peppery and piney taste. And because, again, we're incorporating into stock, I'm not gonna overthink it. I know a lot of you are wondering, how do I get this stuff? I don't have the Asian market close to me. You can actually order these online in their dry form, and they're perfect for this stock. All right, so with garlic in stocks, don't overthink it, all right? Again, you want to expose enough garlic flavor. So to me, that just means cutting this in half, having 2 beautiful pieces with all that garlic flavor exposed, so it's easy to fish out later, and those go right in. I think you're getting the common theme here. When making stock, do not get meticulous in your knife cuts. With shallots, I'm slicing it up skin and all right? Because I'll pull them out later. I'm not worried about that. Now, you've got to ask yourself, how spicy are you? Well, I'm pretty darn spicy, and these Thai chilies are also pretty darn spicy. So I got to give you a word of warning here. 1 Thai chili pepper is going to give you lots of heat already. 2 is going to be like, wait a minute, and 3 is going to be like, yo, like, you better better be ready because your head is gonna sweat. I'm gonna go for all 3 today because I like it really hot. I'm gonna just make 1 cut in. I'm gonna leave the seeds in and all, and I'm gonna leave the stems on because I do want to be able to fish them out later. So the goal of this stock is basically to get those chicken leg thighs braised, create a very rich kind of stock to marry into the curry. So this is gonna go, I'll bring that to a simmer and then just let that cruise until those chicken thighs are cooked, not necessarily falling apart, but I do want them pretty soft because we need them to hold up in the curry. And speaking of curry, I'm gonna show you how to make really great Thai curry. Now, curry is kind of all the same base, meaning, remember that Thai trinity? All that becomes the base of most curries. It's what you finish the curry with that determines what it is. So let me explain. So to the base, if we added red chilies, you've made red curry paste. If you add green chilies, you've made green, et cetera, et cetera. But what makes massaman special is the herbs and spices that go into it. There's cinnamon, there's some cardamom. So it gives you a really kind of sweet, herbaceous note. And then I'm gonna back that up with yellow curry paste because it has a very high level of cumin in it. So you know the warming spices you love about Indian food? That's all in here. I like cooking curry in something that's very wide because you're gonna need to reduce. And anytime you have a lot of surface area, you're gonna get a lot of reduction. While that pan is heating up, I'm gonna show you what I'm always looking for in coconut milk. Never shake the can of coconut milk, even though the can tells you to. I think we just do that because 90% of the applications of coconut milk require like this balanced liquidy coconut milk. But for curry, don't shake the can and look at what you get on top. This beautiful layer of pure coconut oil. So another grandma tip for you, use that coconut fat as a frying medium for your curry paste. So I'm just taking the top of the coconut cream and you already can smell kind of how fragrant it is. You're gonna go 50-50, the yellow curry paste and the massaman curry paste. And I want you to work this like a roux. Check it out. You're gonna use the coconut fat and then actually fry up the curry paste. Now, what this is doing is very similar to sauteing onions and garlic. It's really kind of expressing the flavors, sweetening it up, the caramelization. There's a lot happening here, and this is how you get down to very delicious curry. When I teach curry, what I teach people is you wanna fry this till you get to that point where you're like, oh man, I think it's gonna burn, but it's not burnt yet. So it gets super fragrant and super sweet. It almost looks like peanut butter in the pan, and I'm just about there, okay? Kind of that moment where like, if I go 30 more seconds, I'm gonna be like, oh no, it's too much. So I'm gonna have the rest of the coconut milk at the ready. And once I hit that magic fragrant moment, right, and I'm almost there, now you're allowed to stir that coconut milk and get it right in there. And I'm gonna reserve a little to kind of give me a little bit of cushion, right, in case I need to thicken it up later. Do you remember that Thai lime leaf? Let me show you a very cool cut to incorporate lime leaves into curry. I'm gonna put them on top of each other. I'm gonna roll them up really tightly. The French would call this chiffonade. The Thai would actually call this soy, kind of like khao soi. I'll explain that in a moment. I'm gonna take my knife and do a very, very fine pass. It's almost like blades of grass. And this takes a little bit of practice. So if you're not comfortable, just use scissors, cut it to as wide as you're comfortable. And we call that, soy lime leaves. So soy just means to tear into strips or to cut, very similar to the noodles that we're gonna play with later. So those beautifully soyed lime leaves are going to marry their citrus aromatics into this curry and really bring a ton of flavor. So all we're doing now is reduction, meaning I need to reduce this curry until it coats the back of the spoon. And what that does is creates that velvety kind of mouthfeel, that temperature, that beautiful kind of coating that's gonna marry into the noodles. Now that the curry and the coconut milk are reducing, we want to bathe those chicken leg thighs in here to get them coated and get that curry flavor happening. So I'm gently gonna fish out these thighs because I want to keep them intact as possible because they're gonna look gorgeous swimming in curry, and then marry this to the curry sauce. And if I catch a little chili, well, whoops, it's just too bad. We're gonna have to make this spicy. Now reserve this stock because the stock is going to be combined into the curry to kind of thin this out and really complete that flavor. So that's in there. I want to coat the thighs in the curry and just let them simmer all together. It's kind of like that French butter basting, but I'm curry basting here. So khao soi is indigenous to northern Thailand, where my mom's side of the family came from. Khao soi literally translates to slivered rice noodles. Khao means rice, soi, as you saw, means to cut into thin strips. This is a very indigenous dish shared between all the cultures from the north, and every time that smell of spices and curry kind of permeates, it brings me back and it reminds me of my grandmother. So this is a very kind of a, you know, when you get those sense memories that dig into your brain, this dish reminds me a lot of my grandma. So it honors her, and I miss her. So I'm gonna show you how she did it so we can enjoy it together. So we're gonna let these chicken leg thighs braise away. I'm gonna finish cutting my garnishes to kind of plate up the khao soi. The garnishes are very, very simple. We've got some scallions, and the way I like to cut scallions is always kind of cut them in half, and I'm gonna do a bias thin slice on them. I'm not going too extreme because I don't want super long pieces. I just want nice kind of tight, really pretty scallions in the dish. There you go. Next are gonna be shallots. I want diced shallots here. So I start shallots all the same way. I take the tip and I take a little bit of the root off. I cut them in half and then peel them into half, just like I do onions. So dice, put them on the half. I want a 1/4 inch cut in this way. I'm gonna do 1/4 inch slices here, and then line them all up and do my final 1/4 inch cut, and I should have some even small dices. There it is. The last ingredient is the fun one. It's just pickled mustard greens. It's a very common green that's eaten in Southeast Asia, and these have just been pickled, just like you pickle cucumbers. Salt, vinegar, water, and just a lot of thyme. Thyme is in thyme, not the herb thyme. And since these are garnishes, I just want to cut them all into small pieces, and they're all going to be floated on top of the khao soi to kind of choose your own adventure, which is another fun thing about Thai food. I'm going to make a delicious khao soi, but the diner's going to be able to kind of pick his or her way of eating it. Some might like a lot of shallots, some might like 0 shallots, but it really kind of completes the meal and also the texture of the dish. So now it's time to deal with these noodles. They are egg noodles, they are raw, so we need to cook them. The fun thing is we're gonna do them 2 ways, right? We have some boiling water to actually just cook them al dente, just like any pasta. And then I've got a little bit of frying oil as well, because we're gonna want them crispy. And as you can see, they're raw, they're coated in a little bit of fine flour, and these need to be cooked up. So for the boiling, very simple, friends. I've got some water up. Let's salt that to get some flavor in there. And we're gonna start this batch cooking. So on this side, we've got the noodles just boiling away. And on this side, I'm bringing just frying oil, vegetable, canola, any of the oils you wanna fry it with, up to about 350, 365. And we're gonna loosen them on the board again. And we're just gonna drop them in very small batches until they cook up GBD. That's golden brown and delicious. You know, the most important thing is the oil's at that right temperature, and just make sure you do it in small batches. And they're very thin noodles, so they're gonna kind of brown up really quickly, so you wanna keep your eye on them. So I just wanna loosen them up that first minute so they don't kind of stick together, and then I'm just gonna let them go. As you can see, they're lifting up, they're cooking from the bottom, so once they kind of initially set, we're gonna do 1 turn, and then we're gonna let them brown up, and then they're done. All right, so the bottoms are nice and light brown, and this last browning is literally gonna take like 10 seconds. Again, GBD is golden brown delicious, not golden burnt and not delicious. So, all right, let's let those chill out for a minute. Crispy noodles, check. The soft noodles almost there. This is the perfect time to season the khao soi. So remember, in Thai food, we're going for hot, sour, salty, sweet, and savory. I've got the hot already in there. For salty, we're gonna do a little bit of fish sauce. We need the acid to come from the tamarind. I need a little sweet, which is gonna be from sugar. And by itself, I mean, this would be a phenomenal chicken curry. I mean, you could stop here, slam this over some beautifully cooked jasmine rice and kind of call it a day. But to really make this khao soi, which is the curry soup, I'm gonna add this gorgeous stock that we braised our chicken in. And if you get some hitchhikers like a little lemongrass and lime leaf, don't freak out, man. That's just extra deliciousness. Just tell your guests that it's in there so that they can expect it. And there it is, right there. I want to make sure to incorporate the stock into the curry to make this that kind of perfect curry soup noodle texture. I want it kind of velvety, not too thin, not too thick. And now it's time to build the khao soi bowls. So I want to start with my noodles. I'm going to drain these very well. If you're holding these for any amount of time, just give them a rinse in cold water, let them drain until you're ready. For me, I'm going to go right in and serve immediately. It's time for the chicken leg thigh. Oh man, what a meal. Ladle in some of that unctuous curry soup. Can't think of a better word. I mean, that word kind of sums it up for me because it's creamy and savory all at the same time. We're gonna apply garnishes. Shallots are earthy. The mustard greens are sour. We're gonna do some of those crispy noodles. And if you're kind of serving individuals, you could create like a little platter of all of the garnishes and people can kind of choose their own adventure, which makes it fun. I'm gonna take this bowl down as soon as we're done here, so this is all mine. And finally, some cilantro, or as they say, coriander leaves. And that's it, friends. It's everything I want in a bowl. It's my last meal, my favorite meal. It is heaven in a bowl. Let's give this a shot. It's creamy from the coconut milk. It's got such depth of flavor from that curry paste. I hope next time you get a craving for curry, you just go for it and you make khao soi. Thai Panang Curry is the ultimate comfort food in Thailand, but for me, it's also got a touch of romance. Let me show you. So when making curry, don't be scared to buy pre-made curry paste. I do it all the time. All the base flavors are here, and the experts are doing it because they've been doing it for 100 years. Everyone's talking about making their own paste, but dude, leave it to the pros. So you can't make curry without coconut milk. Trust me when I tell you, don't shake the can. You'll find out why when we get into the kitchen. So before we check out, I need some Thai lime leaves, also known as makroot. They come fresh, frozen, or dry. They're not just any lime leaf off any tree. So if you can't find them, just use some lime zest, because these are an essential flavor in Thai cooking. But I'm gonna bring my wife, Allie, into the kitchen. She'll show you how to cook these dishes. All right, Allie. Guess which one of your favorite dishes we're making now?
My very favorite? Is it my very, very, very favorite?
I have no idea. Just, do you know which one it is? Which one?
If it's my very, very, very favorite, it's Panang Curry.
Oh yes, ding, 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 ding. You are correct. So I'm gonna kind of get into it.
Let's get into it.
And then we should tell the story of the significance of this dish, because this really is the dish that brought us together.
Oh.
You know, right? All right, Panang Curry. Since you know this dish so well, do you mind prepping some of the vegetables?
Of course.
All right, excellent. And I'm going to talk to our friends about the two most important ingredients in Panang Curry. One is coconut milk and the other one is curry paste. Now, with coconut milk, Grandma always said, do not shake your can of coconut milk.
Why?
I'll tell you right now, Allie and friends, if you don't shake the can of coconut milk, you get this amazing layer of undisturbed coconut cream. And we're gonna need to use this coconut cream almost like frying oil or frying fat like you would use butter.
That's coconut heaven right there. I use that in a lot of different things. You can use it in desserts. I use it in my chia pudding recipe. I love that stuff.
So to start the curry, we're gonna take that amazing coconut cream at the top and use it like frying oil. I mean, this is basically just pure coconut oil, and a lot of people try to buy the stuff separately. You don't need to. Every can has some. Anytime you see a good coconut milk from Thailand, you're good to go, because you have at least 13% to 19% coconut oil. Not trying to get too nerdy, but I just did, whatever. So I'm using the coconut cream like oil. So the paste goes right in. I want to work this together, similar to a roux. The coconut oil is the fat, which helps really kind of fry and caramelize the paste.
It smells amazing.
It does, because what paste is basically is all these fresh herbs that we use in Thai cooking, right? Thai lime leaves, garlic, shallots, chilies. People are like, how long do I cook this curry paste? Because I don't know if I'm gonna burn it, I don't know if I'm cooking it enough. It should look like really tight peanut butter. and you want to see a little bit of oil coming out of it. So that's about the consistency. It should be a nice kind of paste. All right, Allie, so you're slicing some onions there.
Right.
Could I have a few onions?
You
Because I
bet.
want to caramelize those. And then next, you've got a little bit of those Thai lime leaves.
I do.
Can you throw those in, please?
You got it.
Great, because what we're really trying to do is build flavors.
But that's one of the things that I love about your Panang Curry. It's like a carnival of flavor in your mouth.
A carnival, I love
It's a
it.
flavor carnival.
This is about the time when it looks like it's about to stick to the pan. It looks super dry. You're gonna add the rest of your coconut milk. So we should talk about kind of the significance of this dish. People might not know, but Jet Tila was an amateur dog trainer. I'm not trying to out you or anything.
You're outing me as the crazy dog lady.
Yeah, so I did a magazine, a national magazine article on how to make Panang Curry. We kind of didn't really know each other that well. And then you made this cool little video with all these call outs of making curry, like don't shake the can, I'm making Panang. It was to flirt with me, wasn't it?
I really wanted to steal your moves.
Okay.
That's really what it was.
That's all it was?
Well, the truth is I ate your Panang with some roti and I was like, I have to marry this man immediately.
Well, it all worked out. But I mean, I knew immediately. It was like lightning to me. There's a lot of people.
I married him for
making
free
fun of
cooking
me.
lessons.
All these dudes are give me a hard time. Like, all right, so let's not get too cheeseball-y. So you want to do the J cut?
Yeah.
I want to see you practice that J cut.
The J cut.
While I'm reducing, because all I'm doing here, just so you know, is reducing this curry until it's thick enough to coat the back of the spoon. And I'll show you that
Gotcha.
after the J cut.
The J cut. I also used to take cooking classes. Jet was my cooking instructor. He was the cute one, and the J cut was one of the.
So creepy. You were a young professional taking cooking classes. You weren't in culinary school. I just wanted to be very clear about that. Okay, please, J cut.
So this was one of the first things that you taught us in the knife skills class.
Okay,
Was
yeah.
the J cut. So
Oh,
just
nice.
roll it out, right?
Coming in from one side, you're rolling around the seed pod.
Ha!
Very nice. You did the J cut.
See, I remember.
All right, I'm gonna give you one more culinary test. Could you please cut that into batonette? Do you remember what batonette
I
is?
do.
Batonettes are basically just French fry cuts, about 1/4 inch wide, and they hold up really well in curry. Curry is also a really great place to use up any vegetables that are hanging out in your fridge. So carrots, broccoli, we're gonna use zucchini today. It really is one of those dishes that is let me clear out all the great vegetables that are left over in my fridge. Do you mind stirring while I cut some chicken?
Sure.
Awesome. So just keep that moving. Don't let the curry stick to the bottom of the pan and you'll be good to go.
Got it.
For chicken, we're using chicken breast here. I want to take the chicken breast cut with the grain first into about 2-inch wide blocks. And then I'm going to cut the chicken against the grain into small little tiles. This really is a great cut for just about any Asian application. Stir fry, a curry like this, a soup. This is the right way to cut protein for the Asian kitchen right here. If you could put the chicken in, very nice. Now, again, I'm just simmering this curry for a few reasons. A, to reduce it into a thick sauce, and B, to really cook that chicken through. And that won't take long because we cut it into nice thin planks. So, seasoning. Allie, test. What are the 5 Thai flavors?
Hot, sour, salty, sweet, umami.
Umami, wow, you went with a fancy word. Yeah, savory or umami, exactly. So I'm gonna season to all those 5 flavors. Wait, a follow-up. What's the Thai word for hot, sour, salty, sweet, umami in perfect balance?
The same word I think of every time I think of you.
Oh my God.
Yum.
Oh God, you're gonna do it in front of all these people? Are you seriously? All right, I'm embarrassed now. Yes, yum, that's exactly correct. So I need to season this for the yum, and this is how to do it. First crucial ingredient is fish sauce, which is salty and savory. Next, sugar to balance it out. I think there's a misconception. People think Thai food is super sweet. It's not overly sweet.
Well, what are your tips to people though on when do you have a dish that's achieved flavor balance?
Yeah, you know what?
How
I
do
think
you know?
that's a great question. How about I answer that by, I can teach people how to season for, like the order of seasoning. And the order is start with salty because we all know what that flavor profile is, right? So taste it, okay, it's salty enough. Then go to sweet, just like I've done, because we know what the balance between sweet and salty is, and then go to acidic, all right? And for this, I'm gonna be using tamarind paste, which is a fruit that grows all over the world. It has a very kind of tangy, sour flavor, but it has a sweetness to it, kind of like plum. And the heat comes from the chilies that are in the curry paste already.
And what kind of chilies are those?
So these are red chilies. They're not crazy hot like Thai chilies. They're probably close to like red serrano chilies. So the chicken, as you can see, is pretty much halfway cooked through. It's opaque on the outside. I wanna marry my vegetables in now. I mean, these could be any combination of vegetables that you like. Do you wanna help me out and pick a few basil leaves and throw that right in there? This is Thai basil. You can identify Thai basil because it kind of has purple stems and it smells like licorice. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Yeah, it has like a anise flavor to it.
And just whole, right?
Just whole. And that's it. I think there's only one way to know if this is delicious.
To eat it.
It's to taste it. So let's get some spoons. Take a taste. I'll take a taste.
This is my happy place.
I mean, describe it, right? Creamy from the coconut, balance, heat, and savoriness. I mean, and all those spices.
Nice spiciness. Oh, so good.
Yeah, it's warming.
So good.
And here's the way you tell if the curry is actually thick enough. You run a wood spoon through the curry, you draw a line, and if the curry holds its place and doesn't run across that line, it's thick enough to serve. That's why they call it coats the back of a spoon.
So it's like if you're making a creme anglaise, it's a nappe, right?
Oh, you gotta get all fancy and Frenchy on me. Yes, exactly right. In French, we called it a nappe. And you know, for us mortals that don't bake, it just coats the back of a spoon. So
I love you anyway.
Oh, whatever.
I love you anyway.
I can't be as good as you. And then, you know, I'm gonna add bamboo shoots right to the end because canned bamboo shoots really are already cooked and they really kind of take up the flavor of whatever you cook them in. So I'm gonna add them right here. And that's it. I'm just making sure the chicken is cooked through. The sauce looks like it's pulled together. The vegetables have a good snap to them. They're not too raw. I'm gonna bowl it up and let's taste it. I like to finish with a little bit of the Thai lime leaves. I think it looks awesome and it gives that real lemony pop.
It's so fragrant.
All the way through. Well, cheers, Allie. I've always wanted to do this on camera. Ding! Let's give that a taste. Jasmine rice is the way to enjoy Panang Curry, in my humble opinion. So a little bit of curry, a little bit of rice. You could even do it the other way. We could actually take the rice, smash it into the Panang, or you can go the other way. But it's kind of not complete without that kind of fragrant jasmine rice.
So delicious. Here goes the flavor carnival.
It kind of tastes like everything you love about Thailand, right?
Yes.
Because it's got all those basil notes, those savory notes.
The creamy coconut.
And it's non-dairy. I think a lot of people freak out, but it's totally non-dairy.
Oh, so good.
There it is.
I love it.
My family popularized pad Thai in America over 40 years ago when we opened the first Thai restaurant. So it's super cool to be sharing our recipe all while shopping here at my family's Thai market in Hollywood. Let's get started. So instead of green onions, I'm gonna pick up some garlic chives. I love them because they really smell and taste like a cross between onions and garlic, and it's actually a traditional nod to old school pad Thai. So it's time for baked tofu. This is great for wok cooking because it doesn't fall apart. It's also pre-marinated in a little soy sauce, so I love this for pad Thai. This is not the stuff in water that breaks up. Don't use this for the wok, use the baked tofu. Tamarind is an essential flavoring for pad Thai. Instead of using the whole fruit, which can be cumbersome, go for the liquid tamarind. It might say tamarind concentrate or liquid tamarind on the bottle. It's correct, especially if it's from Thailand. So before I check out, I wanted to get some banana leaves. I'm gonna use it as a really great plating implement, but traditionally they've steamed food in it, they cook food with it. It's a very cool way to make your pad Thai look awesome. All right, Mom, you know what we're making? Can you guess by my ingredients?
Pad Thai.
Pad Thai, very good, excellent. Do you know how to use this machine? Have you not been on the cashier long enough? Who taught you how to make pad Thai?
Truth,
don't do TV talk, real talk.
No. I mean, you.
That's right, see, there you go. I got it on film, exactly right. Man, can we get another cashier here? This is really, I'm just kidding, it's taking forever. Basically, for the price of going out to eat pad Thai, I'm stocking my pantry. So if you get a little bit of sticker shock here, don't worry. You're building your Asian pantry as you go, and you're gonna be able to use these ingredients to make just about everything. All right, guys, so we're back from the store. It's time to get prepped for our pad Thai. The first thing we need to really do is soak these noodles. Don't ever boil these noodles. very simply soak them in warm water. And warm water means warm bath water. So you're like, oh, that feels comfortable. I'd take a bath in that water. That's the right temperature. The noodles actually have to go through like 3 steps of cooking. This step is soaking to reconstitute. The next will be frying in the pan, and then the sauce goes in and they absorb all the sauce. Super simple. So I'll get the noodles soaking. Let's move on to more pad thai prep. The next thing I'm gonna cut is the savory tofu. So like any other protein, I just wanna cut this into a nice thin plank. So half first, and then line up both halves and cut them into thin little planks. As long as they're even and you can pick them up with a chopstick, they are a good size. So next I'm gonna do garlic chives. Now, you just wanna simply cut them into about 2-inch lengths on a bias, meaning instead of perpendicular, angle the knife, boop. There you go, just like that. Super simple. If you can't find garlic chives, don't freak out, just use scallions. All right, those are done, and always garlic. Just smash, 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 and then rough chop. You don't wanna mince these too fine because you don't want really fine garlic playing with 400-degree oil, because that's instant garlic charcoal. No bueno. So finally, I'm gonna show you a cool peanut trick. These are roasted peanuts, not salted. You can do the knife, but why knife it when you have a saucepan? And you're just simply gonna lean and press using the edge of a saucepan. And you get these kind of fun, uneven, big chunky shapes. And I'm not looking for absolute uniform peanuts because I want that kind of texture variance when I eat this. Boom, super easy. Peanuts are chopped. Now, let's get to that banana leaf we bought at the store. These are actually really cool. They basically come right off the banana tree, and they're giant. We're just gonna use them as a little plate garnish, and I'm gonna show you what I mean. So I'm grabbing a little bowl kind of as a stencil. I know Anne Burrell gets really mad at me for doing this, but that's the only way to get the leverage that I need to punch out this circle. So I'm following the lines of the bowl. One way, I'm gonna come around the other way, and it's even, steady pressure. Now holding this down, lifting away the banana leaf, and hopefully I've done my job. And voila, perfect little circles. Aw, there you go, boom. This is done. Let me move on to protein and sauce, and we're ready to cook. Thai people believe in balancing 5 flavors: hot, sour, salty, sweet, and savory, also known as the yum. All that word means is the balance of hot, sour, salty, and sweet. First ingredient, fish sauce. It's salt and savoriness. After that, a little bit of vinegar, but we're actually gonna use 3 kinds of sour. Vinegar was 1, lime juice, and tamarind. Now, as we know, tamarind is a fruit that grows around the equator. It has a nice sour and sweet flavor, all right? 3 sours in. Now we have to balance the salty and the sour with a little sweet, and that's just gonna be sugar. So for heat, traditionally, pad thai in Thailand is made with sriracha. Now, it's delicious, but if you're serving people who don't like heat, paprika is the perfect balancing point. Paprika, as we know, adds a lot of color because it is a pepper, but it's not too spicy. I like using both for this dish. So I'm just gonna bring all these flavors together. You wanna stir this up until the sugar dissolves. I mean, that's it. It's a lot of ingredients, but balanced together, they make a really phenomenal flavor. I just need to cut my protein, and we're in the pan. For this dish, I'm gonna be using chicken thigh. I think chicken thigh is nice and moist. It doesn't really dry out. I just want you to cut these into nice thin strips. So kind of cut large pieces in half first, find that grain, and then cut the chicken thigh into thin strips against the grain. Really just looking for even kind of bite-sized pieces when using chicken thighs. I'm gonna clean this down, wash my hands, and let's get cooking. I'm using a short enamelized cast iron pan, which is gonna hold heat amazingly. Always high temp oil, getting this pan very hot. And I can see the oil kind of shimmering and little wisps of white smoke starting. So I am starting with the dried shrimp, the garlic, the tofu. I'm just gonna saute these up until they start to lend their flavors to the dish. Now it's time for chicken. I wanna get this chicken seared on the outside, but still nice and rare in the middle, because there's a lot more to cook. When using eggs with noodles or rice, here's a cool technique. I want you to push all of the hot stuff in the pan against one side, pool up a little bit of oil on that open area, and we're gonna crack our eggs right into there. Don't scramble them yet. Let them kind of set and cook up, whites separated from yolks. And once they start to fry up a little bit, then you can kind of bring all the items together. With the eggs not cooked through yet, I want to pull the noodles right out of that water. And check it out. Just in a little bit of time, the noodles have gone from firm to nice and soft. And you want all that extra moisture in the pan to help create steam. So I've judged a ton of food TV, and most people get in most trouble with these noodles. They end up boiling them and then trying to stir fry them again. That is not the right way to go. You want to soak like we did and then get them into the pan, and that's how you get that beautiful kind of slippery, chewy texture that this pad thai noodle has. And if you end up over soaking them or do make the mistake of boiling them, just start over, get a new batch. They're super cheap. So the noodles look soft and cooked down. I'm gonna make a little nice area for the shrimp to be able to cook through. Let's get that shrimp to the bottom so all that heat can start cooking them through. And I'm also gonna throw in that pickled daikon right now. So this is just pickled daikon radish, the white radish. Instead of being sour pickled like a lot of the Japanese or Korean, this is very sweet. So it's got a very bold sweet and slightly sour flavor. Don't be scared to really kind of work all the ingredients in the pan. Scraping is totally okay because you want to scrape the bits up before they start to burn. All right, so my shrimp are about halfway. It's time to add the sauce. So the sauce is actually gonna start to boil immediately. That's gonna create some steam. It's actually gonna deglaze the pan and get all those delicious bits up to the top. And I really wanna just work the noodles and all of the ingredients together to really soak up all of those 5 flavors. Here's a really fun trick to kind of cooking up the vegetables. I'm gonna make a bed, right, by kind of really laying everything out evenly. And I'm gonna add half my bean sprouts because I wanna leave some for plating. Some peanuts, leave some again for plating, and those garlic chives. And I want indirect heat here. I want to be able to steam these vegetables so they can kind of impart their flavors and not singe them. So I'm just tucking them in, reading them a story. It's time to put them to bed. Let them steam up for a few seconds before you plate this dish up. So heat's going off. I'm constantly kind of visually checking how much moisture is in this pan because pad thai should be moist, not dry, but it shouldn't be wet. So if I pull up the pad thai and it's dripping sauce, it's too wet. If it's too wet, just let it reduce a little longer. On the other side, if it's a little too dry, you can use the pasta water trick, meaning that soaking water can be added in there to just kind of hydrate the noodles a little more. So I'm gonna lay the banana leaf right in the middle, kind of like how they plate it if you're eating this in the streets of Bangkok. Let's lay my pad thai down right in the middle. And you always wanna put the goodies at the top, right? I mean, everyone wants to see the nice shrimp and the tofu right on top, so I like to arrange them kind of right around. Bring this over here, do some final garnishes, a little lime, some of the bean sprouts, and then some of my reserved peanuts. Starving. Just looking at this is making me hungry. So there it is, the Tila family pad thai recipe since 1972, believe it or not. Really one of my favorite dishes.